is Kaiser Butt. I'm a local real estate agent in Toronto Real Estate Board. Today we're going to learn how to list property. I understand that a lot of us are working in brokerages where we have to broker load our own listings, and I get a lot of calls from agents of how to do it. So I thought to make a video on it. So as you see, I am in the portal and I'm going to go into search properties. To list a property, let's say we have a property that we want to list with, and so let's say we say it's a property, let's say it's 673 Madame Street, and we want to list that property on MLS. So number one, we're going to go for listings, and we're going to press search, and we're going to try to see if that listing was ever listed on MLS before. So what we're going to do is we select, so we're going to know either it's a freehold, it's a condo, is it for sale or lease. So let's assume it's a freehold and it's for sale. So I'm going to select the freehold. I'm going to select the unavailable, not available. I'm going to select include archive listing, so I can see if it was ever listed 10 years ago, 20 years ago, and I'm going to press continue. And since I know what city it is, so I'm going to just put, I know it's in Mississauga, so I'm going to put area, Peel, city, Mississauga, and I'm going to put the address. So I know the address, so I'm going to put 673 and minimum maximum 673, and I'm going to put Madame, and maybe, okay, Madame. So as you can see, I got 8 records of this property. I'm going to click submit, and as you can see, this property was listed 8 times, sold few times. Okay, so I'm going to pick, I can pick any listing, but I'm going to pick the latest. I can go here and I can sort out by the sold date and sort it out again. So I can pick the latest listing. So let's say I'm picking this listing, and I want to make a similar listing. Now I have the information to take from the listing to put into my listing. So I'm going to open a new window. So to open a new tab, you don't go over here to open the tab. Instead, you go on and in the portal that says new window. So you press that and you come to another window, and you go to listings, and now instead of search, I'm going to go into add and edit, and I am going to make a new listing. So as you can see, there are many options like add listing, edit listings, draft, and clone listings. We're going to go over the clone listing, which is the easiest way to do it, but right now we're just going to go the regular way of listing a property. So we're going to press residential freehold, and we know it's for sale, and we are going to press continue. Now it's a longer way to do it. However, there are shorter ways to do it too, but if you do it once and in the longer way, at least you'll know all what you have to, what is mandatory fields. You can fill all the mandatory fields. Now there's a very easy way of finding out what's the mandatory fields, is that without you pressing anything, without you filling anything, just press submit, and it would let you all everything which is needed to be filled out. Okay, anyway, so we're going to go to the start, and now you can see all the red areas needs to be filled out. Now as you can see, all this information is over here, okay, which we will take to fill it. So let's say we need area, municipality, and community. We go here and we see it's Mississauga, it's Meadowville Village, and it's Peel. So we come back. There's going to be a lot of back and forth. So Peel, and we know it's Mississauga, and we know it's Meadowville Village. Okay, Street number and street name. We go back and see it's 673 Madame Street. So we're gonna put 673 Madame and Street. So it's a drop down. Okay, so you can select street or any other abbreviation. The next is fronting on. Go back and you can see, you'll find out where it says fronting on. Sometimes you have to so here it says fronting on. You can see fronting on north. And if you don't find anything, you can put anything, and later on you can, once you know it. Legal description, that's very important. So we go back and you can see oh, it doesn't have a legal description. Oh no, sorry, this is the legal description. So that's your legal description. So you pick it from here, you copy it and you paste. Okay, the next is lot front and lot depth. So you go back and as you can see it says lot. This is the front, this is the depth. So you take here 22.47 and you put it here, lot front. You go back, you pick the next one, copy, paste, a lot of copying pasting. Okay, lot size code, it's feet, it's mostly it would be feet. Direction course cross streets, sometimes they give you, sometimes they don't, but this is it's over here. Maybe it's in 4.1. If if it's not there, you can just go on Google Map and select the closest intersection. And we're just going to move on. List price, this one you would have it, so let's say right now if I was listing it for 1.4 million, or if I was listing for 999. Taxes, we go back and we are going to see, okay, and we just want to make sure if it was current taxes. If not, then we can ask the seller about the current taxes. Right now I'm just going to take it from here and I'm going to put it's 2021, sorry, and 2021. The next is contract commencement. So it says it would be in your listing contract when you sign with the seller. So I'm going to imagine it was signed today. So I'm going to put today's date. It will be an expiry, whatever is on the contract. I'm going to assume it was done for 31st. Now it doesn't take anything less than 60 days. It has to be more than 60 days. Maximum, it doesn't have any. You can put any maximum, but minimum should be 60 days. Possession date, you can put a possession date or you can skip it and put possession remarks. So let's say if the seller wants someone to take the house from September 30th, you can put September 30th. But let's say if you want to have a flexible option, you leave it blank and you put flexible, or you can put immediate, or you can put my favorite 30 to 60 days. Okay, or it could be anything, 60 to 90 days, 180 days, whatever your seller is looking for, you can put it here, or to be decided. So you can put just TBD, which means to be decided. Holdover days, it's also in your contract. Sometimes people put it 0 days, 30 days, 80 days, whatever is in the contract, we put the holdover days. I generally have 0 holdover days, and the seller name is obviously the seller, so I'm going to put my name in it, but generally it's a seller's name, so I'm assuming I am the seller, so I'm putting my name in it, or I can put seller. Yeah, and any mortgage comments, generally we put TAC, which means take as clear, which means when the buyer takes it, it would be clear. So if you don't need to write anything because it's not a mandatory field. Type, okay, so you go back and you see what is the type. So this is the type of the home. It doesn't say type here, but this is the type. It's semi-detached. So you can see it's a scroll down, and you scroll down to semi-detached. Style, as you can see, it says semi-detached, two-story. So you go back to style and you select two-story. It says exterior, and you go back and you select exterior, and you see where the exterior is. Okay, and here's the exterior. The exterior is brick. So we know it's brick. We go back and we select exterior as brick. It could be anything, it could be aluminum siding, but in this case it was brick. We go to the next one, garage type. So we go here, and as you can see, it says garage and garage spaces. So it says built-in and one. So you go back to listing, and again it's a drop down, and you select built-in, and garage parking spaces is one. Okay, drive. So you want to go see what kind of drive it is. So we go here on back to the listing, and as you can see, driving parking spaces is drive is available, and drive parking spaces. It means that is the driveway shared, or is it private, or is there a driver or not? In most cases it is. So we can put available, we can put private. Okay, if it's shared we can put share, but right now it's available. And driving parking spaces, if you go back, we can see driving park is 3. So we're going to come back and we're going to put 3 total parking spaces. So number 1 in the garage, 3 outside, so we're going to put 4 in total. Pool, let's see if they have a pool. None, there is no pool. I wish there was a pool. There's no pool. Water and sewer, so let's see if it comes together. Okay, so here we go. Water is municipal and sewer is sewers. Okay, in cities it would be, most of the time water would be municipal, sewers would be sewers. But if you're listing a farm property, it could be septic, or you have to check with the seller. Special designation. Okay, let's go and see if there's any special designation. Special designation unknown. Okay, so there's no special. So if it's a heritage property, you're gonna put heritage. In this case, it's unknown. Okay, but it's always good to ask the seller. Now, if you know the approximate age and if you want to put it, you can. It's not a mandatory field. So let's say my property was 16 to 30 years. So I could have put 16, 30 years. And I know the square feet on my house is less than 1,500, but more than 1,100. So I can select this section. However, it's not a mandatory field. You can or you can't. It's up to you. Then you're gonna keep on going down until we find the next mandatory. So now rooms, total rooms in the home. Okay, and as you can see, if you go down, it says rooms. It's 9 plus 2. Okay, so we're gonna put. Okay, where did it go? Yeah, there, rooms. So it would be 9, and as you can see, room plus would be 2. Then comes bedrooms. Now bedrooms would be less than. So bedrooms 3 and washrooms 3. Okay, so we're gonna go bedrooms 3. We don't have any extra bedrooms, so we're not gonna put anything. Kitchen, we're gonna go back and see how many kitchens it had. So you can see the kitchens is here. I know it's all scattered here as compared to what there, but you need to know where your information is. So kitchen is here, so it has only 1 kitchen. So we're gonna go back and we're gonna put 1 kitchen. Okay, family room. Okay, family room. So let's say, or let's finish the rooms first. The washrooms. So instead of pushing 1, 2, or 3 washrooms, we want to see where the washrooms are. So it says 1 to 2. So 2 piece on ground, 4 piece on second, and 4 piece in basement. So we're going to put 1 into 2 pieces, and we know it's okay. 2 pieces. We know it's in ground. And we know there's 1 into 4 pieces, and that is in the second floor, and 1 into 4. Oh, I think I missed here. 4 into the basement. Okay, family room. Let's go and see if it has a family room. Okay, on the left side it says family room. So family room, it says no, there is no family room. Absolutely not. Basement. Okay, so we go back to the listing and we see basement, it says finished. Okay, now it has a lot of from choose to, so if something other applies, you can click. They allow you to select two, to select any two. The maximum number of you can select is two, so in this case it's finished. But I could have, if it was a finished walkout, I can put just finished walkout and a separate entrance, but in this case it's just finished. Fireplace. Okay, let's see if it has a fireplace. Okay, fireplace. No, it doesn't have a fireplace. Okay, so we're going to say no. Okay, heat source and heat type. Now let's go back and see. You can see heat is forced air and gas, and AC is central air. Okay, so we're going to go back and we're going to put heat source is gas, heat type is forced air. In most of the cases it is, but just check with the seller if it's different. AC is central air. Okay, now this one you need to fill it out. It's a very tricky when you fill it out. So you go back to the listing, and one thing you need to change to get, so here's the information, and here's the length, but the length is coming in feet. However, when you need to put the length here, you have to put it in meters. Why did they do that? I don't know, but that's how you do it. If you put it in feet there, it's going to come very different, because the system is going to convert it into feet, and it's not going to come, the right specs are not going to come. So anyways, so to do it into meters, you just, on the top of the listings where it says units here, you just press, and instead of feet, you just press meters. So as you can see, all the dimensions have changed into meters. So now you can copy paste each other. Now I'm just going to copy one, and just to demonstrate how to do it, but you can do one by one and put all of them. So right now I know it's living and ground, so I'm going to go here. The level comes first here, so I'm going to pick the level as ground, or I can say it's main, but right now ground. You know, the room is living, so I just put living. So I select living, and now the length and the width, I go back and I need to check it's 6.12 and 2.8. So 6.12 and 2.8. Now I can choose 3 descriptions from the drop down. Okay, so I'm gonna see what the other one had. So okay, so it has hardwood floor, it has spotlights and open concept. So hardwood floor, I'm just gonna press edge here and it's gonna come hardwood floor. Okay, and what was the next one? Was spotlights and open concept. So see, spotlights and open concept. So spotlights, and the next is, if I drop down, or I just try to type in open concept. Okay, so that's how you fill all of the remaining ones. Now if the seller has changed things from the last listings, you ask the seller and you can change. So let's say if he had changed the hardwood floor into laminate, then you can just put laminate. Okay, great. So let's move on to the next. Now, remarks for clients. These are the remarks. You can actually write down your own remarks. Sometimes what I do is I copy paste the old one if they're really nice and nothing has changed. And anything I want to add, I can just change them. So it has a limit of the words you can put in here. However, if you want to change something, so let's say if the hard floor was changed into laminate, so I'll just put laminate here. Okay, and I will read it out and will change the ones which don't fit anymore, and change that description. Or you can write down your entire own description. Extras is generally what's included in the price. So generally like a fridge, stove, dishwasher, washer, dryer, your electric light fixtures, anything you want to include. So let's say in this case was this one which we were including. Okay, so I'm gonna select that. But as I said, you can ask the seller what is included and what's excluded. So in this case, if I'm assuming that this was included. Let's say he was excluding the garage door opener. So then I've had to write down exclude garage door opener. Although it's never that, but I'm just taking an example. Or they want to take, let's say they're excluding fridge in the garage. So they say, okay, we're selling the house, but we're not giving the fridge in the garage. It's a special fridge. Okay, and if there was any hot water tank there, so you just put hot water tank rental. Now these two remarks for clients and extras goes into the public website in the realtor.ca, so they can see these remarks, they can see what's included. However, you're going to put in remarks for brokerages, they don't have access to it. So you can, this is like a message to the other agents, all the other agents. So let's say sometime I put all offers, send all offers to, let's say, my email, which is info@kaiserbutt@kaiserbutt.ca, or I can write down lockbox on gas meter, or I can add any information which I want the other brokers to know about, or like attach schedule B. Okay, or sometime we write down, sometime we can write down all offers will be reviewed on Monday, September 1st, things like that. It doesn't have to be Monday, September, but any information you want to share with others, other agents, you do. The next one is listing brokerage phone. You put your listing brokerage phone. In my case, it's 905-507. Remember to put a dash in it. If you don't put a dash in it here, a minus sign, the system would not accept it. You cannot leave it empty or make it together. 4776. Then your listing brokerage fax, although very few people use the fax anymore, but it's still in the system. You need to put it. So in my case, it's 507-4779. Salesperson 1, you can select, in this case it's me, my phone number. I can put any phone number. I can put my cell phone number here, 537, or I can put my office number here. Commission, what commission are you what commission are you giving to the other side? So in our market, it's 2.5%. Now it could be different for everyone. Just check with your broker or your seller what they're offering. Seller property info statement. It's a big statement which is given by the seller. It could be yes or no. If you have it, you press yes. If you don't have it, then you press no. Distribute to DDF IDX, which means that you want to share this one on realtor.ca. If you want, you press yes. If you don't want it to be shown on realtor.ca, you press no. In my case, it would be yes. Permission to contact listing brokerage to advertise. Now, if you say yes, a lot of brokers can contact you saying that, can we advertise your listing? If you say no, they would not bother you and would not contact you. In my case, I like them to advertise, so it gets more exposure. So I put yes. As you can see, distribute to internet portals. It says yes automatically when you say yes here. If you put no, it still say yes. Okay, so I'll put yes. Display address on internet. Very, very, very cool feature. If you don't want the address to be featured, just the listing, you can say no, and people will always call you saying, okay, what listing, what address is it? And if you don't want to be called, don't want to be bothered, then just spray yes, and the listing address will come on realtor.ca. The next one is occupancy. So you need to see if it's owner plus tenant occupied, is owner occupied, is partially occupied, is it tenant occupied or vacant. Now in this case, I know that this property is vacant, so I'm going to press vacant. But let's say if it was owner occupied, I would have chosen owner. Contact after expired, so there's a section in your listing where you get the seller to decide if he wants to be contacted if the listing doesn't sell and expires. If he says yes, you'll put yes. If he says no, you'll press no. Most cases they'll say no and you'll press no, but they could say yes. One cool feature is virtual tour URL. So generally, if you have a virtual tour done by a company on the property, you can add the virtual tour over here. Okay. And if you have extra URLs for a sales brochure or additional pictures, you can put them here too. The next one is photos. Now it doesn't come as mandatory, but you need photos. Now the photos would be somewhere in your computer. So let's say once you press upload, okay, this window comes and you press browse. So let's say you go into your dashboard and you select now. So let's say I went to and now I know where 673. So I've saved all my. So let's say you have to select all of them. Now I'm not going to select all of them, well, which I can, but I won't. I'm just going to select one just to give an example, and I'm going to press open, and I'm going to press upload. Okay, so it's uploading, and you can see I can see it here. If I want to change this photo, if I select it, I can delete it, I can crop it, I can rotate it, I can darken it, I can brighten it. So let's, if I brighten it, okay, so I can then save it. So anyways, so now I have saved one photo. If I want to add more photos, I just press upload and repeat the step. If I want to attach any attachment, let's say anything, like a square feet or layout, I can do it here. Since I don't have any, I'm not going to do it. Then it's going to show us where the property is. So imagine if the property, sometimes it's a new property and it's not coming on the street. If I want to change, if I want to move this red pointer, I can press Command or Control, and I can select this one, and I can, sorry. And so if I go, okay. Okay, so it's not letting me do it. Let me see. I can zoom it in, I can zoom out and zoom in. Okay, so since it's found its own way of doing it. Okay, let me see. It's still not letting me do it. Anyways, we'll cover this one later on. Anyway, so now we want to see if we filled up everything. So we're going to press submit, and I'm not going to submit it now. I'm going to just cancel it. So it means that we filled up all the necessary fields. I'm going to just save this draft so I don't lose anything. And if I want to preview what I did right or wrong, I'm just going to go and press on the top preview. Okay, and I can just see if everything I put down was correct. I can even print it and send it to the seller just to approve it before I list it, just in case, you know, I put something wrong. Okay, and that's how I do my listings. And so I've saved the draft here. I saved it again, and let's say if I want to come back and list that draft, I just go back and let's say, and it's going to ask me to leave. So let's say I go back, and if I come to drafts, you can see that my draft is over here. So I just double click it, and the listing is again here. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please give me some comments, and please subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much, and nice day. Bye.